Welcome to Irwindale Speedway for the NAPA Truck Series. Green flag is in the starter's hand. Green flag waves, let's go racing.
Austin Miller got a great run into turn one. Cole Baker on the high side for Hydra there. Or Diego Yepes, excuse me. And then he's going to try to get the lead there on the high side.
Almost a three-wide battle there for third place as they go out of turn 4. Across the line, Cole Baker, I think, snuck by and got the lead. Yes, he did.
He's going to make it stick, too. Look at that.
The high side seems to be the better lane on a restart so far, as Austin Murray and Cole Baker have made up a lot of spots. Austin Miller, the outside pole sitter, still in second place, exactly where he started, but Murray trying to contend with him for that. Will Goss, P4, but the battle for the championship between 77, 94, and where's the 34 car? I think he's outside the top 10 right now, battling with Blake Warren for about 15th position.
Tight battle there as they go 3 wide now, fielding out 2 wide. Outside line working a little bit stronger. Jockeying for
Caution
position.
flag is out.
Caution is out. And the 62 is in the pit wall. Oh my gosh.
Ouch.
How does that happen?
We'll take a look at the replay of that, but that must have been really bad for him to go down into that pit wall all the way down there. Hopefully he's alright too. Jordan Presto. A lot of damage to that 62 car.
Off into the turn they go.
And,
Kindly on the truck on the inside.
It appears he has a problem.
62 has an issue right there, either a tire going down or some mechanical issue, and he's just trying to get out of the way and get off the track.
Yeah, watch here. He hooks left into the pit. This white and blue truck down here has nowhere to go.
JD Martin
Clobbers him.
right into the 62.
And he goes around, loops it.
Ooh, this 7 truck just barely getting by. One of our championship contenders, Samuel England, not having a good day out here today so far.
And he gets rolling again here. You'll see.
And the 62, when he gets rolling, something must have broke, and
then presto into the wall.
He just couldn't steer it, and he went into the wall or something. I don't know what happened to that truck, but he is definitely done for the day. Hopefully he's not injured or anything, but man, what a lick for Jordan Presto into that pit wall.
Right, here we go. We're going to be going green this time as truck pulls to the inside.
JD Martin down the inside. He's the first car lap down so far. The repairs he had, and the green flag is about to be back out here at Irwindale. Here we go. Austin Miller getting a really good jump, and he's going to go right outside of Cole Baker and try to take the lead.
See if he can make this one.
Battle. It's going to be a tight battle as the driver is on the lead lap trying to get around that lap truck. Who is going to be able to make the moves? 37 to the outside, side by side.
He's going to make
battle.
it stick. He's got it.
He got by.
He cleared him before the entrance to turn 1 even started. He has a really fast truck, and he had a really good restart gear there to be able to get alongside Cole Baker like that. And these two battling for the championship, the 77 and 94, and the 94 is going to go around the outside and try to make a pass.
Goss, the boss of the outside line, taking that high side up off of turn 2. He's going to get a run on the 77 of Cole Baker.
Driving
See if he can
deep.
make it stick. And off the corner, he's going to make it stick just barely.
Yep.
So far,
Cleared.
he makes it a flip side 1-2 here at Irwindale. Cole Baker going to try to say something else about that in that Diego Yepes truck, but he just doesn't have the same pace the 94 and 37 do so far. And Ryan Reed back there in the number 41 Motul truck having a really good run for Texan. He's trying to get under Austin Murray, but Murray's been working that high side the whole race. Ryan Butcher, P6, another good run for another Anj Auto truck. Nick Breeding and Ryan Dagby side by side, both really good runs for these trucks. And same with Austin Rogers, seeming to always just have good runs in this truck and doing his thing for that little team. And Randy Riggs Jr. just now is trying to sneak into the top 10 under Austin Johnson, Lane Sanders, Blake Warren battling, Ben Crouch, and Tyler Black, who does not want to be down in 15th place. He wants to be battling for that win, but looks like he just doesn't have the truck right now. Cody Goforth coming back after a couple weeks out of the truck, right in front of Christian Vargas and Griffin Lapo McDermott, Zachary Bilson, and Jeff Bolton battling for position, and Logan Cloud, Eric Monaco. Xavier Richardson, AJ Jones, Nick Pericles getting around his teammate Larry Hagan on the outside. Sebastian Kukulon really not where he wants to be. He wants to be also up there battling, but just doesn't seem like they have the truck right now. Something must have happened to him. And we already know about the story with the 28. And here's the guys running towards the back. Samuel England, really not one of those guys we expected. He's the champion from last year. And something happened to this truck because he's running down in 35th position. And we're going to go back to the leader of Austin Miller, and he's looking like he's pulling away from Will Goss.
Yeah, about a 5-truck gap between first and second. Well, what I'm noticing is Goss can be able to wheel him in a little bit in the corners, but right at the exit, the 37 can just motor him away and just break up that gap even more.
It's just a faster truck. It rolls better through the center and on exit. Will Goss has a really good entry, but the truck's just not as fast as the 37 is because the 37's backing his corners up, and Goss is kind of just throwing it on in there and seeing if it'll stick.
I think, though, they're still running about identical lap times, give or take a few tenths or hundreds or whatever.
So far, the fastest truck on the racetrack is Will Goss. Austin Miller P4 on that chart, but with clean air, you could be a tenth faster and still pull away from somebody.
Yeah, the one big thing that I was going to say was that what's kind of interesting about this is there's a lot of trucks out here that don't have a lot of sponsorship, or they've got minimal sponsorship, and short track racing can be a great equalizer in this series. Like really show straight on like who's got the talent to be able to get around these little dirt tracks and everything like that. And definitely an interesting run by the 37, but some of the smaller teams and everything like that, they're having a really good run today.
Yeah, prime example, that's the 40 truck. Blank quarter panels, blank everything, just a number on that truck. He's sticking it out pretty good in the top 10, getting held up by the Goodwill truck, though.
Nick Breeding, an owner-driver. He owns his own team, but is driving for Texan Motorsports. Right now, he's kind of just there on a loan after Huck Davis failed a substance abuse test. And, well, Nick Breeding was the first guy to be called up to this 40 truck, and so far he's been doing an amazing job scoring back-to-back top 10s. And going for another one so far, Ryan Dagby. He's had his fair share of mechanical issues this year, and he's actually running way better than his teammate Samuel England. I don't know what's going on with that 56, but something must have happened to that engine or something. I don't know.
Sometimes you have a good day on the short tracks, other days you don't.
Points leader Tyler Black, I really wasn't expecting him to run this far back, but considering the run he had at Phoenix, and same with Sebastian Kukulon, who was the winner, they're both running pretty deep in the pack compared to where they usually run up in the top 5.
Yeah, I guess every dog has its day. And to the 34th, Tyler Black, I guess they took him back to town.
The 37.
Definitely an interesting situation here with lap traffic up ahead.
He was getting by Thomas Lipscomb in the number 3 truck. Crossroads Racing, a brand new team to the scene.
Lipscomb making it easy for him.
Next year, he should be running a bit better than where he is right now, considering their partnership. But right now, he's giving Austin Miller a bit of a hard time right here. He's making the outside work.
And look at Goss. He's about to, too.
You already know that on the restarts, that high side is amazing, but it seems like on the long run, these guys really aren't trying anything up there, just trying to keep their tires all good and nice. Because they know if they run that inside line, it's way better than toasting up your stuff on the high side.
Now, I know that the gap of distance between first and second is about half a second, but the big question that I have for a lot of these guys, especially newer and younger guys into the circuit, is like, when you're running like all this, a fast lap and just trying to keep consistency, and now you've got the whole challenge of lap trucks, like, how hard do you push it? Do you really kind of gas it out of the corner and run the risk of slipping the truck, or do you just kind of keep with pace and try to make your moves, even if it's at the risk of losing the lead?
Speaking
really
of pushing,
Speaking
of pushing, you see the move 37 made?
Yeah, to answer your question, Blake, I mean, if I'm Austin Miller, I'm going 70% right now. You know, you got to get by these lap trucks smoothly, and getting by these lap trucks smoothly sometimes is better than trying to go out and hot lap for about 20 laps. Because these lap trucks can make or break your days. You can see the number 7 truck of Christopher Jones making a lot of moves here on the high side, and he's making it past
remember, those
Bob
lap
Burns.
trucks are racing for position, too.
3 wide with the leader. This number 7 truck is making as much ground up as he can, taking advantage of being on that high side. And Austin Miller's really not having it, but he's still getting by these guys. He's got a fast enough truck to do it.
I mean, no one wants to go a lap down. That much is true. So you're going to do all you can to stay on the lead lap.
Oh, we're getting ready to go 3 wide. Look at this.
Christopher Jones just throwing it on in there for, I don't even know what position that's for. Is that for like 35th or something?
Yeah, 36th roundabouts.
These guys race for every position. Every point matters for owners' points, and these guys are all just trying to make it into the top 30 when we have those knockout Q weeks so they can be locked into the race regardless of how fast or slow they are.
One thing that I'm seeing is the 37's managing to slice up through the lap traffic. Goss, on the other hand, he's doing okay. He's not as quick. He's
about gave him the chrome horn.
Man, he's not being too patient with these lap trucks either. You got to remember, both of these top 2 have rookie stripes on the back of their trucks. They're just as new to this series as a lot of these guys being lapped are. So, oh man, this 00 is not cutting Goss any slack, and that is just helping the 37 pull away inch by inch every lap.
There he comes upon the 6 and the 9, the teammates.
Incorporated trucks.
And the big question is how much is Goss willing to put up with before he starts like really gunning it into the corners, and maybe runs the risk of burning up the tires a little bit more.
So far, it looks like he got him, and they're 3 wide again.
Yeah. The leader and the teammates. Look at this.
It's just gonna help Goss if he can get around this 2 truck cleanly.
He's got about almost a quarter to half a second up on him there.
These guys are just running super hard right now for every position on the track, whether it's first or 31st.
And the big crazy thing is the laps are still just ticking down with each time. Like, you can only do so much to be able to get around these trucks. You're still losing track time in terms of laps left. So,
and you got to remember too, they're going all out. Tires don't wear nearly as much as you figured they would. They wear about like iron.
Yeah.
So I mean, they do have the rubber and somewhat of the time to go flat out, beat and bang, do all the short track goodness.
Yes, right now, TJ Smith not making it easy for Austin Miller right now. It's just that high side, it's so good. As being a multi-groove short track, that just like Bristol, the lap cars will get runs on you sometimes, and they'll race you just to stay on the lead lap.
When you look at the speed chart, I mean, the 37's going roughly about 94 miles an hour, 16-second lap times roughly. Like, he's getting around here pretty quickly, so.
He's definitely making this track work to his advantage. He knows how to use the lap trucks now after going through them a few times, and he's seeming to do it more efficiently each time he gets around one. There's a lot of precision that goes into these getting around these lap trucks, so good on Austin Miller.
It's a little on-the-job training, I guess you'd call it, trying to get around these lap trucks.
You gotta
Not
remember,
a lot of room to pass here.
This kid's a development driver for Flipside. He just signed an extension to race with this team, and I guess that gave him some sort of confidence, or this team just brought a really good truck, because he is on fire tonight.
We call him legal and flying like an eagle. Got about a 1.5 gap on the 94.
Missed the first 2 races of the year due to being under 18 years old. And now he's leading this race at Irwindale Speedway. Alex Benyako, a Hardy's National Series regular and part-time Sony Cup driver, raced this truck at the beginning of the season. And you have to wonder if the notes from that veteran is helping this team, because he raced at Phoenix, and that was our last real short track. So running around here, it's probably getting a little bit of advice from a veteran teammate.
Now as they click by the line, we're coming to about 23 laps to go, without a doubt. Like, big question is what could happen? We could have a caution. This race could go green all the rest of the way. Definitely been an interesting race thus far.
They are running very clean so far, even though they're getting a little bit aggressive, like Goss just was there on the 6 truck. But man,
they're racing hard, but they're racing clean.
They're giving each other
we've only had the
space.
one caution for the spin.
Giving each other enough space just to run clean enough to not wreck each other.
A lot of respect between these guys, giving each other a good enough room, but also just fighting fighting for position.
Yeah, that fight with the 94 is going to let the 37 run away, because it is still gapped about a second and a quarter, it looks like.
You know, at least those leaders aren't these guys stuck in this pack. Austin Murray, P4, having another stellar run for Anjado. Running really great at Kansas. Ryan Reed running in the top 5, having a really good run for Texan as well. Ryan Butcher. And P6 get challenged for that position by Ryan Dagby. And then Nick Breeding running P8. Tyler Black P9. Higher up than where he was running earlier, but still definitely not where he needs to be. Blake Warren rounded out the top 10 battle. Cody Goforth, the part-time driver that's kind of wowed everyone this year. And you got to wonder, man, some of these drivers are a bit inexperienced. Have had more chances to win than the full-time guys, like Austin Miller and Cody Goforth. Do you think that experience really matters in these trucks, or is it all just driver talent?
I think it's a mixture.
I'd say part of it's that, part of it's probably the amount of money that the teams put towards these trucks. Figure, the more money you have, the more you can spend on quality of parts for the engine, quality of the bodies, the chassis, etc. So then that really brings out some of the benefits of having a well-funded, well-rounded team, unlike some of the slower trucks, which don't have the funding that, say, for example, like the 37 and the 94 do.
You know, the one thing that I was going to say earlier on the 37 is you mentioned earlier about him getting a contract extension and everything like that. I think when you know as to what your season is going to be the rest of the way, and then know that you've got opportunity and you've got a stable place to be, to grow.
Your job security helps a lot.
Yeah, that definitely boosts your confidence and gives you a chance to, like, really, really kind of fly it out there and see what you can do, just not only for the rest of this season, but kind of test with some stuff that going into the next season. See really what you can shake down on the car. Bit of a slide there by the 94, trying to get by to the inside of the truck.
Yeah, you know, like you guys were saying, having that job security will give someone confidence as the caution is out.
Looks like I just passed it. There's a piece of aluminum or something on the bottom in turn 2. Can't tell what it is exactly.
Dropped from one of the trucks. I don't know who it was, but could have been any one of these guys, to be honest. But yeah, caution is out, and not really a replay to show you, so we'll catch you on the next restart. But Austin Miller, these guys got a decision to make. Do they pit for new tires, or do they run on the same tires that they have and bet on their long run speed? I'm not really sure, but we'll take you to the restart and see how it goes.
And here we go. They go out of turn 4. Flagman's got the green flag in his hand. Green flag waves once more at Irwindale.
They didn't pit once, and Will Goss is going to the outside, the lane that has gotten so many people to lead on restarts, and he's going to go above TJ Smith, and he's got to get to Austin Miller, his teammate in that 37. Two young kids going for the win here. And if you're Will Goss, you're going for it, because this will be 2 in a row, a thing that has never been done in the series.
You got to remember the
truck length.
He's just not there yet. He's trying to get the run. He's about 3/10 back. Man, I don't know if he has enough time, but he's going to keep on sending it on in there the same way he has the whole entire race. And Austin Miller's going to keep driving it the same way as he's doing.
Time.
Yeah, he is running out of time.
As we're now down to 5 laps to go in this event.
Running out of time, but this is going to be the longest 5-6 laps of Will Goss and Austin Miller's lives right now, because they're going for it. Will Goss is on the loud pedal, and Austin Miller is just trying to keep his composure. And as a rookie, I really don't know how you do that with the guy that's charging as hard as Will Goss is right behind him.
Keep it on. 3rd place at 70 truck. He's getting back over those few lapped cars.
Ooh, Cole Baker got into his right rear quarter panel. They're 3 wide. Going into turn 3. Baker's making the middle work.
Got the run.
Kyle Springer blocking Cole Baker.
Gonna make it almost 4 wide.
This is a really big battle for the points positions. Will Goss might take the points lead after this race, but Cole Baker trying to maximize the amount of points he can get without beating Goss, because he knows he's way too far back from that 94. Coming to 2 laps to go, though. Goss reeling in Austin Miller a little bit. He's gaining back.
He's gaining back, but is there enough time?
He's got about a third of a second advantage, the 37 does, but
coming to the white
never know.
flag.
Coming to the white.
Goss is sending it on in there. Miller under pressure from his teammate running for the championship. If he can hold on to this win, he's going to get a lot of praise from his team owners and sponsors and fellow drivers. Coming into turn number 3, Austin Miller. I think he's going to win.
Final time. Yeah, he's got it. Legal and flying like an eagle. Austin Miller wins at Irwindale Speedway.
Man, there's so many battles going on throughout the rest of the track. And Miller is the winner here at Irwindale. Someone we did not expect to win this race at all. And if you betted money on this kid, you might have just won yourself a lot of money, because the odds of this kid were winning were very low. But he's shown some really good runs, and this is the potential in the future of the series so far. And Flipside Motorsports, he once again goes to victory lane 2 weeks in a row with 2 different trucks. As the results go down your screen, this race was everything that a short track could be without, any cautions. It was really good racing. It was almost like a really, really big game of chess when you really think about it there. But man, what a race! What a race!
Well, that's going to wrap it up here for Irwindale. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you again next time.
We'll be racing at Kentucky in a couple weeks' time, and until then, see you guys later.